What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and today I am back to reviewing The Lighthouse because what's really cool is that I get to switch back and forth between reviewing my two favorite cartoons right now, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and The Lighthouse. Sure, I got my work cut out for me right now, but that's perfectly alright. I'm still doing it anyway because I like to challenge myself every once in a while. So, yeah, and the reason I couldn't review these last week because I didn't watch them live last week because my pretty much my whole week was E3 pretty much took up my whole entire week last week, so that's why I wasn't able to watch those live. I had to watch them like on demand. But yeah, you all know how E3 went down. That's not what this video is about, though. So, this episode I'm talking about is called Power Play with the Casagrandes, because what's really neat, actually, you know what? I'll tell you about what season 4 is doing more so at the end of the video, because let me talk about the actual episode itself. This episode it's pretty much a redo of an old episode from way back in season 1 called The Greenhouse. Now, anyone who's watched The Lighthouse, including me, can tell you that that episode is a pile of shit. It's a terrible episode. It's one of the worst episodes in the series, and it was... Unfortunately, there was a lot of episodes like that in season 1, and very little in season 2. So I very much appreciate when TV shows. Sorry if I'm looking all over the place. I'm sorry. I very much appreciate when TV shows are able to take take a failed plot, try again with the plot and make it better and straight up make it good and watchable and tolerable. Then that's you've accomplished something right there. I appreciate the Lighthouse staff for, doing that because this, what is essentially the Casagrandes version of the Greenhouse, it was much better to watch. It was more fun to watch. Not only was it more tolerable, but the characters acted reasonable. That's one thing with that the Casagrandes have over the Lighthouse so far is that the Casagrandes don't seem to argue all that much compared to the Louds, like if at all, really. And that I think is what led to the strength of this episode, and one of the reasons why it's better than the Greenhouse, because of the fact that the characters act much more reasonable than the Louds ever did in that episode, and the Loud family still doesn't act that reasonable all the time. I'm not trying to shit on the Loud family right now. I'm just something I'd like to point out, because what's funny, as the family is trying to cut back on power and whatnot, every single family member goes along with the plan. They have no problems adapting to alternate versions of doing tasks to save money on electricity. Unlike with the Greenhouse, like I just said. And I want to point out that the reason that they're trying to save money is because Hector and Rosa, I haven't practiced my Spanish accent in a long time, but those two want to celebrate their 40th anniversary. And we get a cool flashback of them 40 years ago, and that was really neat to see. And, sorry, I'm shaking my camera. So that's why they need to save money, and the bills have been skyrocketing, the power bill. And for some reason, even though all of the Casagrandes have found better ways to save on energy and whatnot, the for some reason, the power still keeps going up, the power bill, and no one can seem to figure out why. And I sort of thought that it might have been Hector and Rosa, and who were going to I thought they were going to be the culprits who wound up increasing power but not meaning to, something like that. But what I didn't expect was friggin' Sergio, the parrot. He was the one who was causing the power to go to skyrocket in cost, because he was sent downstairs to the bodega because he was Bobby's roommate, and Bobby was was pretty much tired of Sergio's shit, so he sent him down there to the bodega, and unbeknownst to everybody, Sergio was friggin' having raves down there, and with other birds and animals and pigeons, and they even have the return of the pigeon whose leg was eaten off or back in Friended. And I didn't expect a background pigeon character to return like that, but it did, and I was pleased to see that. And yeah, Sergio's raves are the reason that the power was skyrocketing, so everyone was able to go back to their normal tasks, and after they figured out the problem, and then Hector and Rosa wind up having their anniversary dance. I can't exactly remember what type of activity they were doing, but they were able to do it, and all's well that ends well, you know? And also, I lost my voice cracked for a second. Sergio winds up being a roommate for... drink some soda. He winds up being a roommate for Ronnie Ann, actually. But luckily for Ronnie Ann, she knows how to tire Sergio out. So that he doesn't become that much of a problem for her, unlike with Bobby, Sergio was a major problem for Bobby. But yeah, that's the episode. I really liked it. I did not expect for the crew members to do a redo of a plot that was wound up being a terrible fucking episode. But the fact that they were able to do it and make it a good episode, a tolerable and like I said, good and a fun episode to watch, to be honest, that's very impressive. And I hope they can I hope the crew can, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. If you like the episode, then let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. And be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos I make. And there was one part in the episode, it was a very inappropriate joke that caught me off guard. I don't want to say it on camera to try to be kosher a little bit, but there was a joke that Sergio made about Bobby, and that caught me completely off guard. If you've watched the episode, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm Max Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumps. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That is it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Oh, I almost forgot. What's interesting about season 4 is the first whole chunk of it, for like the first 9 or 10 episodes, is solely about the Casagrandes, and this is really paving the way for the new spin-off series, and it really does feel like I'm watching the spin-off series already. So I honestly really welcome this change. I mean, sure, I still miss the Loud family. I can't wait to see them return. But seeing the Casagrandes having all their episodes right now, right off the gate, and having them being all fleshed out, and with new characters introduced along the way, that's really awesome. And yeah, I'm glad it's finally happened. Okay, now the video's over, and now I can say goodbye.